Okay, we've got a big panel tonight, and it's a big subject, isn't it? Chidanand Rajghat, foreign editor, Times of India, giving a perspective from Washington. Manisha Priyam, Mr. Rajagopalan, Ajay Bose and Nirja Chaudhary are experts in our studios in Delhi, respectively. Nirmala Sitharaman represents the BJP, Navika Kumar, our political editor. Rahul Narvekar of the Shiv Sena will join me. Randeep Singh Surjewala, thank you very much for coming in. And let's begin. So, question number one goes to our chief political correspondent, Nandita Suneja, who's out there in the field covering the story. Nandita, it appears the Prime Minister is trying to fight back. Am I correct? Could he be trying to fight back by saying we'll have a cabinet meeting to discuss what Rahul Gandhi is suggesting? Is he putting the weight of the cabinet now behind us to reassert his moral position?
That is right. If one thought that the Prime Minister was going to be so hurt and upset at this that he's going to, say that his position has become untenable, then clearly that's not happened. In a letter that he's put out, he's tried to show that he's composed, and he's tried to say that this is just a difference of opinion on a policy matter, and that Rahul Gandhi, in fact, had written to him earlier on this, and he's going to come back and take stock of this situation. So, and sources in Congress are now interestingly telling us that knowing the Prime Minister, he's weathered criticism earlier as well from the party, and he's going to stick his neck out and ride through this as well.
Well, that'd be interesting. One of the people who's in a bind right now, Nandita, thanks for that. Keep following the story. We'll come to you. Is Kapil Sibal. He's been the author of this ordinance. He's going to be personally hurt at what's happening. Many people are blaming him. And I also want to say this candidly, that within the government itself and within the highest echelons of the cabinet, there are differences over who should take authorship for it. Let's bring out the pictures of Kapil Sibal avoiding the media. He was there in Mumbai today. A lot of camera persons trying to get a comment from Sibal. There was a no comment from him. And one of the reasons why Mr. Sibal is in such a fix today really is because several of the cabinet ministers are pointing at him. Can we just pull out the pictures of Mr. Sibal when he landed in Mumbai? That's Mr. Sibal landing in Mumbai and just not taking any questions at all. Many cabinet ministers are now trying to openly blame Mr. Sibal for it. The fact of the matter is, these are pictures from Mumbai airport. The fact of the matter is that this was a decision taken not just by Mr. Sibal but by several others as well. But of course, Mr. Sibal was there, but there were several others. Jairam Ramesh was defending this. PC Chako was defending this. Everyone in the government was defending this. Where does Jayanti Natarajan stand? She's also in the cabinet. Jayanti Natarajan, good evening. Which side are you on, with the Prime Minister or with Rahul Gandhi?
We're all on the same side, Arnab.
Impossible to believe.
How much of a sensation you might try to make of it. The fact is, Rahulji expressed his opinion. He is the voice of the party and the Vice President. Obviously, this is the view of the party.
So you are saying this is all contrived. We are all making this up. You're saying this is all, everyone's dreaming. That Rahul Gandhi never challenged the Prime Minister.
No, 2 days ago, I was on another channel defending the ordinance.
Yes. So will you still defend the ordinance?
Well, it depends on whatever view the party takes.
So your party, you mean Rahul Gandhi's view is not the party view?
Of course it is the party view.
It can be revised?
It is the party view. Rahulji's view is the view of the party.
Can it be revised?
I am sorry, I didn't hear that.
Can it be revised? He says it should be thrown up and, what was the language which he used? He said it should be torn up and thrown out.
Listen, I will use my language, and my language is Rahulji's view is the view of the party.
So
the Prime Minister has said that he will come back and look at it, and that Rahulji has written to him. If the party is sensitive to public opinion and takes a position which has created a furor and embarrassed the opposition, I think when that is something that the opposition has to deal with.
No, but
we don't have an issue with it at all.
Don't you realize what sense is going out, Jayanti Natarajan? That your party and the government are totally at odds. You're fighting among each other over this. The Prime Minister's,
the Prime Minister.
Can you tell me one situation? Last question to you, Jayanti Natarajan. Give me one example in recent Indian history when cabinet ministers have openly challenged a position taken and supported by a cabinet decision headed by the Prime Minister. I don't remember any single one instance since 1947. Maybe you can tell me one.
The Prime Minister himself says it will be discussed in the cabinet, and that he will take up Rahul.
But Shashi Tharoor is a member of the cabinet. He goes with Rahul Gandhi.
I am not a spokesperson for Shashi Tharoor. I am speaking for my party and for myself. And I'm saying that the view of Rahul Gandhi is the view of the party. And the Prime Minister has said the same thing. And if somebody...
No, Prime Minister has... No, one second. Prime Minister has said, let's be very clear, Jayanti Natarajan, Prime Minister said Rahul Gandhi wrote to me on the issue and made a statement. So it is entirely possible that Rahul Gandhi felt snubbed by the decision of the government, challenging his view. I think it is very important that the letter of Rahul Gandhi should now be made public. We should know which date that letter was written on, what was written on it, and maybe Rahul Gandhi was taking on the Prime Minister extremely directly. That's the only inference we can draw.
Prime Minister has said that Rahulji's letter will be discussed in Cabinet. And that is exactly what his statement is. I believe that it will be discussed and the view will prevail.
I will
stand together.
I will only place on record that I take exception, Jayanti Natarajan, to your saying that this is all media imagination. The fact is...
I never said that.
No, but you began by saying, Jayanti Natarajan, you began by saying something to that effect.
No. I said that however much it may be sensationalized...
No, there's nothing sensational. It is sensational. It is sensational that Rahul Gandhi and Manmohan Singh are taking each other on the same subject. It is hugely sensational.
They're not taking each other on, much as people may hope.
Well, they are not seeing eye to eye. I don't know. We can call it a polite disagreement. Maybe you can work on the semantics. Semantics won't help, Jayanti Natarajan.
There are no semantics. The fact is, there was a massive public opinion against it, and Rahulji took a view. Obviously, this is the party view. All of us will fall in line.
No. One second. Rahul took a view. Rahul took a view before the public opinion was expressed 2 days back, before the debate started. The Prime Minister left for America without considering his points of view. Minister after minister from your government went on record to back the Prime Minister. And Rahul Gandhi was compelled to come to the Press Club of India to go public with his view, eventually.
Nobody compelled him. I didn't see anybody dragging him there to come and give his view. The fact is, when the Congress responds to public opinion, I think it disturbs people. It's easier for people to abuse the Congress.
No. It's not. It's just a confusion which is apparent. It's just a confusion.
It's not a confusion. It's a clear-headed response. And I repeat very categorically that 2 days ago, I was on television defending the ordinance. I have no problem. That was my party stand at that time.
Jayanti Natarajan.
Rahul Gandhi's statement.
Jayanti Natarajan. You know what people are saying. You know what people are saying generally is that the party has now realized, and I'd like to thank you at this point very much for giving us your perspective, though I disagree with some of the comments you made there, but we'll debate this on another occasion. Jayanti Natarajan, I thank you for joining me. The question now tonight is only this: has this Congress party realized that it is politically expedient to dump the Prime Minister now, rather than become collateral damage to the unpopular decisions taken by the government? What do you think, Ajay Bose? What do you think is going on?
I think Manmohan Singh has been a big political liability for the Congress in the run-up to the elections. And I certainly feel that the Congress would like to dump him. The problem is how? How do they dump Manmohan Singh over the next 6 or 7 months which are left for the elections? And I think that today what has started, we do not know how it's going to play out. But the choice of words of Rahul Gandhi, you know, the way he's talked about it, he could have easily appealed to the Prime Minister. But he's called what the Prime Minister and his cabinet has done as complete nonsense.
Yeah.
He said it should be torn up. So please notice the way he is made this dramatic intervention. I think there are going to be political reverberations out of this. We do not know exactly at this stage how it will play out, but mark my words, this we cannot dismiss as Rahul Gandhi shooting his mouth off.
Randeep Surjewala, was Rahul Gandhi trying to steal the thunder away from the BJP, or was Rahul Gandhi trying to reassert himself vis-a-vis the Prime Minister? It appears to me today, perhaps Rahul Gandhi was trying to reassert himself vis-a-vis the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister admitted in his news release that Rahul Gandhi wrote me a note. He wrote him a note, despite which Rahul Gandhi's point of view was not considered. Therefore, Rahul Gandhi went to the Press Club of India to make his point. Do you agree with me, Randeep?
Anab, the issue here is very simple. Rahulji has spoken with courage of conviction. He has spoken with honesty of purpose, and he has spoken with an intent to cleanse the political system of criminals and to purge them all together. And he has said that the stance taken by the government is wrong. Here is a clear-cut case where the party does not agree with the stance taken by the government, and it's entirely democratic, entirely open, Arnab, for the vice president of the party to disagree with the stand taken by the government.
I think you're not coming to the issue, and everybody will ask you only simply this, that is it possible to delink Rahul from the decisions or the lack of them of the government and laud him for the good ones? When the land bill is passed, then it is Rahul's credit. When the land bill is passed, it's Rahul's credit, but you distance him from the unpopular decisions. No, there is a fight on. Nirmala Sitharaman, do you think you've been upstaged by Rahul Gandhi?
Arnab, can I answer that?
Do you think your thunder has been stolen by Rahul Gandhi?
You may try saying that any number of times, but yesterday our leaders have gone to the president, and media report says that the president of India has already contacted the Congress party to find out what is happening. And the public opinion also, gaining ground. The Congress party was pushed to taking a call, but the way in which it has happened and the language which has been used, we've just heard the Congress spokesperson say, clear political thinking. I'm sorry. And if there was a clear political thinking, what is the word he's using? And if he wants to, and the other thing which Mr. Surjewala referred to is that there was a conviction from Rahul Gandhi, and he wants to clean up the political system.
Yeah.
Let me ask you 3 questions here. When the bill was tabled, where was Rahul Gandhi? When the bill was referred to the standing committee in Rajya Sabha, where was Rahul Gandhi? And then when the cabinet cleared the ordinance, the second within a month, where was Rahul Gandhi? And today when he comes with this clear conscience wanting to clear the political system,
it's a valid
I want to ask him, does he also remember the charge sheet being given to
friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party, my learned friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party must also remember one thing. Okay, please have your say, madam.
Have you heard my last line? No, there's one last line. I think you started speaking much before I concluded. He wants to clear the political system, woke up very late, but has he mentioned anything about the charge sheet which has been today given against Mr. Khemka? Clean up the political system. We are very well, with you on that, please.
Arnab, what my learned friend from the Bharatiya Janata Party forgets, that it was the Bharatiya Janata Party and many other political parties who initiated it. What Shri Rahul Gandhi has done has made the stand of the political party, that is the Indian National Congress, very clear, and he has said that the government stance, which is egged on by many political parties, and at one point of time the Bharatiya Janata Party itself, madam, also is completely
what was Jairam? One second. 1 minute, please. Please, Randeep Surjewala. Randeep Surjewala, please, 1 second. Please understand. I need to understand what the position of the government is. 3 days back, your government, Manish Tiwari, says, responding to Sushma Swaraj, he says, the constitutionality and otherwise of legal enactments are tested in constitutional courts and not the BJP's moat. Unsolicited advice is neither appreciated nor taken seriously. These are the first principles of the legal profession. Is Rahul Gandhi giving unsolicited advice, or is unsolicited advice called unsolicited advice only when it comes from the leader of the opposition?
Arnab, we have to look at the issue.
No, this was it was not a different issue 3 days back. What do you mean by we have to look at the issue? This was the issue 3 days back.
Political system.
No, please understand. Jairam Ramesh says there were very legitimate political reasons behind this ordinance.
Jairam Rameshji may have an opinion.
Kapil
and the government may have an opinion.
Kapil Sibal said. Kapil Sibal said no one has read the ordinance and understood it correctly. No one has read the ordinance and understood it correctly. Will Kapil Sibal say Rahul Gandhi has also not read the ordinance and understood it correctly?
Arnab, we have to understand it's a matter of clear-cut ideology.
No, Raj Babbar said the ordinance has been brought to protect the constitution. Is Rahul Gandhi breaking the constitution?
Arnab, Rahul ji has espoused a very, very clear line. We have to cleanse our system irrespective of the political color of the party.
He has embarrassed you as well.
And my friend from the BJP, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We are so proud of the fact that the leader of our party has gone beyond even what the stance taken by the government, and the stance is very clear. I just want to quote 2 lines of the same press conference that Rahul ji said, and that summarizes. And he says, and I quote, "If you want to fight corruption in the country, whether it is Congress party or BJP, we cannot continue making these small compromises. Because if we make these small compromises, then we compromise everywhere."
So your party but your entire cabinet was about to make a compromise. Your entire cabinet was about to make the compromise. Your entire cabinet was about to make the compromise. Your Prime Minister was about to make the compromise. From Washington, I go to Chidanand Rajgata. Chidanand, what is the impact this is going to have on the Prime Minister's visit? How is this being politically seen out there? And in the press contingent which is there around the Prime Minister, how is this being discussed? Are we getting any clear feelers of how the Prime Minister is looking at this embarrassment? Oops, I think I've just lost the link at the critical time there with Chidanand Rajgata. Okay, yes, Chidanand.
The Indian political system operates on some conventions, and one of them is that when the Prime Minister is traveling abroad, he is not subjected to criticism even by the opposition, let alone his own party. And what has really happened is quite stunning, not just because the Prime Minister is in the US, but also because of the kind of language that was used by the party functionary in this case to call something that the cabinet has done as complete nonsense and should be thrown out, I think is a kind of messaging that is going on here. I don't think it's as simple as the party vice president criticizing the ordinance. Having said that, the effect on the overall visit itself, the business part of it, I don't think it affects it very much, because this is an engagement between 2 sovereign governments. It's not an engagement between the Congress party and Democratic Party, or Mr. Obama and Dr. Manmohan Singh. So as far as the government is concerned, it will be business as usual. The Prime Minister is about to go into the White House just now. I don't see that part of it being
Was the Prime Minister briefed about it? Did the Prime Minister talk about it? I mean, what are you hearing? What are you hearing besides the written script of it? I mean,
well, within the press contingent in the morning, I mean, there was absolute shock and awe. And the Prime Minister responded with a statement at 8 o'clock in the morning, within a couple of hours after hearing about this outburst from the young Vice President, that the statement literally said that the ordinance is going to be reconsidered and probably reeled back. I don't think anyone has a sense that the ordinance is going to go ahead after this kind of backlash. And a lot of talk here is about the revolt by the young Turks within the party. If you notice, it's all the younger elements who are actually
That's right.
Rebelling against this
That's
ordinance,
right.
And they have a better sense of the ground realities. This is the old guard, which is trying to save its skin. So the talk is that there's a revolt in the young Turk.
Well,
initially,
of
course, there was talk that the Prime Minister, one of the Prime Minister's media advisors actually tweeted saying the Prime Minister should just go back and resign. And of course, everyone laughed at it, because this is a Prime Minister who is fairly resilient. He's taken a lot of flack over 10 years, and the charitable view is that he's resilient. He's going to stick it out. He's not going to throw in the towel. So the program is that he leaves for New York, after the White House meeting, goes through with his UN engagements,
right,
meeting with Nawaz Sharif and so on, and then he heads back to India, and they definitely. That's when things will boil over, but the expectation is that this ordinance is dead in the water.
Just a small, the reference to media advisor, former media advisor Sanjay Baru's comment is what Chidanand was referring to. Chidanand, thanks for that. Mr. Rajagopal, do you think the Prime Minister should resign or will resign now?
Thanks.
Of course, he has to. There is no other option, Arnab. He has been humiliated publicly. He has been thrown out of the Prime Ministership by Rahul Gandhi. And what else you need? He has to resign. And you think about the scenario. In the cabinet meeting, Prime Minister proposes it. There are 32 cabinet members in the cabinet. Kapil Sibal, what will he say? He will shut up his mouth? P. Chidambaram, what will he say? He will shut up? Therefore, he is going to create an atmosphere, the ministers, to make Prime Minister's position very difficult, and his continuance is very difficult for him.
So is this a build-up, Nirja? What do you think? Is it a build-up to something that bigger that will happen in January, perhaps?
I think Rahul Gandhi is clearly distancing his party from the government. But I think it is more than distancing the party on this one issue. He may be trying to capture a high moral ground, something he was not able to do when the Anna Hazare movement was at its peak and he was criticized for it. So he is identifying himself with the outrage in the country, people who are opposed to the ordinance. But I think it goes beyond that. Is he registering a break from the past which includes the acts of omission and commission of the Manmohan Singh government? That is the question. And Dr. Manmohan Singh's response to it, does he resign? I also don't think he's going to resign, but it makes his position very different. And even if Rahul Gandhi wanted to do this, I think it could have been handled differently. Language used, the words used could have been different. He could have said, I will speak to the Prime Minister when he returns from New York. I will convince him that we should not go ahead with this. There is outrage in the country. We should respect it. We are a democratic party, and so on and so forth. Because after all, you are talking about the Prime Minister of the country, not of the Congress party.
No, but perhaps it's better to be brazen sometimes. I mean, Manisha, you know, what Nirja's line is a protocol. But in popular perception, what is more important, Manisha? Protocol or
this
speaking out?
No, this was rule making by perverse incentives. In fact, I would amend both Nirja and Chidanand. What was the message that was going out to the entire larger world from India? That here is a bunch of legislatures who will sit down in their supreme wisdom, take on a delegated function. An ordinance, by the way, is not a law.
Oops. Losing the line. I take it to Navika. Wasn't it discussed in the core group of the Congress party? Wasn't Rahul Gandhi a member of it when that happened, Navika?
Well, not Rahul Gandhi, but definitely Sonia Gandhi was part of that core group when this entire matter was discussed before it was taken to Parliament. So clearly the Congress party was on board. So the Prime Minister didn't do this only on his own. The Congress party was backing this entire bill when it came in Parliament. It's only because there were different opinions coming in from different political parties that it had to be referred to the standing committee. Notwithstanding that, the cabinet considered it once again and passed it in toto once again. So twice over the cabinet has cleared this. What's important, Arnab, is, as Nirja pointed out, that the language that was used, yes, the option of going softer on the Prime Minister was available to Rahul Gandhi. After all, he's always taken the softer option when it was the Lokpal bill issue, when it was the coal scam, when it was the Prime Minister who was facing the nuclear deal, or when the Prime Minister was facing fire as far as the 2G spectrum issue is concerned. On all of these occasions, Rahul Gandhi did not take any public posture. This time around, he's taken a public posture, an abrupt public posture, and a very strongly worded public posture. But so in 8 minutes, 9.5 years have gone down the tube. He said that this entire decision of the government is nonsense. When you say that, then you're actually casting aspersions on the Prime Minister and the entire cabinet.
Why did he do it? No, why did he do it? There must be
the authority of the Prime Minister is completely eroded.
But you know, there is advice which is given. Rahul Gandhi is not working in isolation. Rahul Narvekar, let me get Rahul Narvekar in, then let's have an open round on this. Rahul, you know...
Arnav, you asked me why did he do it? It's a frustration. Because Narendra Modi yesterday in Chennai said, Congress is divisive. And tomorrow in Delhi, when Rohini meeting, Narendra Modi is going to speak.
Come on, Mr. Raja Gopalan. You know, please, why are you being so gullible? Narendra Modi provokes the Congress party every day. Does Rahul Gandhi make a statement
Otherwise,
like this?
there is no. For Congress, Rahul Gandhi is Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj and Advani. There is no need of opposition. Because Prime Minister has
you provoke
Rahul Gandhi
Randeep
as
enough.
opposition
You
leader.
provoke Randeep Surjewala who raises his hand. But Randeep, before I come to you, Rahul Narvekar, how does it feel that Rahul Gandhi, your namesake, has stolen your thunder? Well, not just your thunder, but the whole NDA's thunder on the subject.
Well, my sympathy and my empathy towards the Congress party for the position Rahul Gandhi
I thought you'd compliment them.
Well, after what Mr. Rahul Gandhi has said, there are four glaring facts that we are faced with. Number one, the double standards of the Congress party. Number two, the new level of psychophancy prevalent within the Congress party. Number three, the dramatics that the Congress party is used to, once again they've played the same. and the helplessness of a prime minister of the largest democracy in the world. These are the four glaring facts we are left to face. Now, can you imagine a prime minister who does not enjoy the support of the party that he represents, forget the opposition, still prefers
why
to
are you always looking
office?
at the negative side of the story?
No,
why are you looking at the why are you
no,
always
there's no question.
Why are you looking at such a negative side of the story? You know, the fact of the matter is that the BJP, your ally, neither you did not unambiguously state your opposition in principle to any leeway to convicted MPs and MLAs. You asked for the bill to be sent to the standing committee. You and Nirmala Sitharaman's party.
I was on your channel a couple of nights back.
Yes.
When you said you received a text from Ms. Sushma Swaraj.
Yes, I
where
did.
She clearly said she's opposed to this ordinance.
No.
And she'll be meeting the president.
No,
and
no.
which she did.
No,
Please. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't misrepresent facts.
Either you are suffering from selective amnesia.
No, I'm not.
Or you prefer to not portray the correct facts.
Neither selective nor holistic amnesia, Rahul Narvekar. I have a complete and completely credible memory, and I remember that Sushma Swaraj only said, Nirmala Sitharaman will in fact agree with me. Sushma Swaraj said, we have problems with the content of the ordinance, but Sushma Swaraj will agree. Nirmala Sitharaman will agree that the BJP asked for this to be sent to the standing committee. BJP did not say what Rahul Gandhi said, Nirmala. BJP did not say that there is no place in democracy for a bill of this nature. BJP did not say that. I didn't hear the BJP say that.
No,
Can you tell
wrong.
me if you said that?
No, you're wrong.
Really? Am I wrong?
No, you're completely wrong.
No, I don't think I am.
Completely wrong. Well, if you think you're not wrong, there's no dispute. You can live in your truth.
Well, I can
Why
prove...
are we arguing? I can't argue against you, can I? But you are wrong. You're talking about my party, and I repeat, you're wrong because even at the stage of the bill, when the consultations happened, it is on record that Sushma ji and Arun ji both had very clearly said, we cannot be amending the constitution or doing anything that which will protect convicted people. And that is why, to have a complete threadbare discussion, it was sent to the standing committee. And moreover, Ravi Shankar Prasad ji raised questions about certain sections also. All this has not come to you, I suppose.
No,
and therefore you are living in this galat fehmi that BJP has not said in the same words. But if you insist, I will also say, I am glad we did not say the same way in which Rahul Gandhi has said. His language is objectionable. And I am glad BJP doesn't have the culture of speaking in this language.
Well, we go on the semantics of this first. I don't want to lose the debate looking only at the semantics of this, but I would like to humbly...
You are not suddenly losing the debate. Hold a minute.
I would like to humbly bring to your attention.
On the contrary, the misconception that you were repeating...
Come out and expose the double speak of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
I just have one...
Then my learned friend starts saying that it's double speak. Arnab, can I just add a point here, please?
Certainly you can.
Patiently for my turn.
Certainly you can.
There are three facts that we must not lose sight of. A, no political party except for the Indian National Congress and Mr. Rahul Gandhi came out clearly and said, irrespective of the political color of the debate, let's purge
the ownership
the political system of criminals. Two, we must also not forget that Shri Narendra Modi has in his cabinet a convicted minister, Mr. Babulal Bhokaria, and he is the one, their prime ministerial aspirant, who has successfully
so then tell me one thing.
How can they take a stand?
Tell me one thing.
The Bharatiya Janata Party, just one line.
One point to you.
Bharatiya Janata Party, as also other political parties which they are now trying to completely derail the debate, they are the ones who got the bill referred to the select committee.
I think
they never said we are completely opposed to it. They were only on semantics.
Was the ordinance made for Babulal?
No, Arnab, let me please comment because my party's name has been taken in vain and factually incorrectly at that. I need to respond.
Go ahead.
The Congress spokesperson is wrong in saying it has been referred. BJP has referred it to a select committee. No, through the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha, it has gone to a standing committee. Please be clear on that, first thing. Second, he talks about INC, the Indian National Congress, and their vice president speaking for cleaning up politics. I'm sorry, this is the very party within 1 month which had this horrible, what has been called as a bakwas kanun or whatever, which Rahul Gandhi has called as a nonsense. Twice over, the cabinet, the core committee, and also when the bill was brought in, these are all making complete khichdi which the Congress party is credited with. Where is the BJP in this? If anything, it is the BJP which made sure that it will go to the standing committee without getting passed in the parliament, and also made sure that we went as a delegation, a high-powered delegation to President of India. And it is after that, I'm sorry to use this expression, which was floating in the
question is therefore,
the Rip Van Winkle of Congress has woken up.
Can I ask a very simple question
and then
from my
he has
friend?
gone
No, 1 minute. No, you are not asking the questions. I am. No, Randeep Surjewala, 1 minute. No, Randeep, 1 minute. Randeep, 1 minute. Randeep, 1 minute. Before that, I'm letting Nirja Chaudhary come in. Yes, Nirja.
One short point, when the Supreme Court verdict came on July 10th, on disqualification, the honest truth is every party wanted it undone. And Bharatiya Janata Party, when the bill was actually passed in the Lok Sabha, that included the backing of the BJP. So it's subsequently that BJP has got second thoughts, subsequently that Rahul Gandhi has got second thoughts, and we have to thank public opinion in our country for bringing this change about.
I'm glad you said that.
I want to make, Arnab, is the side story of the Bihar angle. What this also shows is a division inside the Congress party about whether they want an alliance with Nitish Kumar or Lalu Yadav. And clearly it's an open secret that Rahul Gandhi is favorable to an alliance with Nitish Kumar rather than with Lalu
No,
Yadav,
I don't even want to. No, I don't even want to get into who's allying with whom. No, watch it. I have a conspiracy theory in this, because the Prime Minister is slated to come back on the 1st of October. The Lalu verdict is slated for the 30th of September. The President is yet to sign the ordinance, Navika. So what happens in the interim? This whole delay, when the Prime Minister says, I'll deal with it after coming back, it's a wonderful situation. You see, it's a win-win both ways, and I wonder whether this is a got-up game, that Rahul Gandhi also gets to take the high moral ground. The Prime Minister delays taking a decision. Lalu also gets away. Lalu gets away. Everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. A sort of contrived fight happens. The Prime Minister loses a bit of credibility, but who really cares much about that? The fact is the Prime Minister lost credibility when he had to sack 2 ministers some time back. Yeah.
However contrived the fight is, this is certainly a moment where the Prime Minister has lost a lot of face. Now let me tell you, between yesterday evening when the President was met by the BJP delegation, and then subsequently he summoned 2 ministers, one met him at home later at night, Sushil Kumar Shinde, Kapil Sibal, Kamal Nath, all of them meeting with the President last evening. The President's mind was made up that he was not comfortable with this ordinance. And from what we know from our sources, there was a little nudge that came this morning from the President, who actually nudged the Congress President and gave the impression that he was not comfortable and that the Congress party should do a rethink. And that's when the wheels really began to move. What we do understand is Rahul Gandhi wrote an email, sent it to the Prime Minister, and came in for this impromptu press conference where in 8 minutes he completely demolished publicly the ordinance. Now, all of this is something that happened with the nudge of the President himself. So, in any case, if the President were to return the ordinance or not sign the ordinance, it was going to be a loss of face for the government headed by the Prime Minister. This time around, Rahul Gandhi has made political capital. He's come out of the shadows, become this great leader who's going to lead the Congress party in the 2014 elections, be seen in public opinion neck and neck with Narendra Modi. That's the attempt that has been accomplished this morning, and that was the script that was written earlier this morning and was played out during the day.
But the casualty...
that what Navika left, hats off to President of India Pranab Mukherjee, who brought this situation. He created an atmosphere because of his sane advice. The Congress adopted this. Otherwise, UPA government would have been in third term crisis. Pranab Mukherjee created an atmosphere. Even in the budget, he made UPA government to save its face. Even on the SEBI issue of ordinance, he is against ordinance. That he has established in many lectures.
Well, clearly, it was a challenge.
I don't even think we should look at this as a difference between the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi. This is a well-scripted script of the Congress party where they'll do what they want to, and when they realize that the public opinion is against them, you'll have someone coming from the party and create a controversy.
Even if it is a subterfuge, but no, I just want to ask this question. What place does it leave our Prime Minister? He still has a government to run. And what kind of credibility from now on will the Prime Minister have? He has been openly insulted and completely demolished publicly by Rahul Gandhi. After this, how can he run the government? I don't understand. I mean, I think that we should seriously ponder that we still have 6 or 7 months before the elections. Somebody has to run the government. How can you destroy the credibility of the Prime Minister?
Well, that is a question which obviously the Congress party needs to give us a clear answer to tonight. The fact is the party, either the party has decided that the Prime Minister can be dumped, that the Prime Minister has become, that the Prime Minister as Prime Minister of India has become a liability to the Congress party. Because Randeep, please don't tell me that Rahul Gandhi says something like this without thinking of the consequences that it has on the credibility of the Prime Minister and the remainder of the government.
Arnab, we have to understand Prime Minister is very well respected and is extremely
speaking of respect makes no party.
Arnab, you have to give me a chance. I heard you patiently. You have to give me a chance to at least make a comment. We have to understand this is a matter of an ideological difference between the party and the government. Much before 1947, post 47, party and government have
No, one second. No, I think Nirmala Sitharaman. No, one second.
Of conviction has
it's
come
all
out
right. You see,
party. Many times there have been difference between Mahatma Gandhi and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Between Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Shri Firoz Gandhi. After all, in a democracy, openness and healthy debate are part of it, and the Indian National Congress and its Vice President has clearly said its stance. Let's purge politics of criminality.
Randeep, you are trying to, this, 1 second. Randeep, may I please come in? No, 1 second. I'll give you one example. 1 second. Randeep, 1 minute, gentlemen.
Just one question, please.
The question is...
One question, please.
Just one point before I come to you, Nirmala Sitharaman.
We are not guided by Nagpur. That whatever Nagpur orders we have to follow.
That is why I want to ask you one question.
Randeep Surjewala, just one simple point. Just one simple point before I give the floor to Nirmala Sitharaman. And my point before I give the floor to you, Nirmala Sitharaman, is this. Despite all 9.5 years of talks of differences, the Prime Minister of India, Dr. Manmohan Singh, has never ever been publicly snubbed like this. Even on issues of Sharmal Sheikh or FDI in retail, the Gandhis always came out publicly and backed the Prime Minister despite their reluctance. This is significant because it has never happened in this way before.
Arnab, Indian National...
It has never happened.
Let me just come in, Arnab. I thought you were going to give me the floor.
Always backed the Prime Minister and will continue to do so. He is most respected and most valuable. This is a difference of ideology.
No, it's all right to say all that.
But clarified
proof of the pudding is in the eating.
President of the Congress. And between the government and the party.
Nirmala has to rebut you. I allow Nirmala.
The Congress spokesperson should listen. Please listen. I just want to ask you, from what you have said, that there is an ideological conflict in the party? Ideological conflict about protecting criminals and about not protecting criminals? Says a lot about the Congress party. And that is what is admitted.
Madam, let us not
oh wow, it's interesting. Wait a minute. No, don't drown my voice with yours.
The Vice President has clarified.
No, please hold on. Arnab, I think you should tell the Congress to have a culture of listening to others, at least in television debates, if not in the parliament. Don't drown others' voices. One. Second, you also are telling us that about the Prime Minister of the country, the party has complete respect. I'm sorry, I am from the Bharatiya Janata Party, opposition party, but I'm saying the country's Prime Minister, when he goes out, completely, at least at that time, like Nirja ji said earlier, let us understand, wait for him to come, then you have your squabbles.
Sure,
you
but
can't do this like this
But
in
sure
this
you can. 1 minute to the for 1 minute to the break. The only limited point I'd like to make is this. However much respect Randeep Surjewala says today that his party has for the Prime Minister, Randeep Surjewala, proof of the pudding is in the eating. You know, if you want, if the whole question is that of respect, the Prime Minister has to command the respect of the country. How do you expect the Prime Minister of India to command the respect of the country when he does not command the respect of his own party colleagues? One by one, ministers are speaking out of line. One by one, party leaders are slamming the Prime Minister. One by one, this internal mutiny and dissent breaks out when he's abroad, and you say that we have respect for him.
That's a complete, with due regards, that's a
Sitaram
complete
Kesari and
misconception.
P.V. Narasimha Rao, I am remembering them today.
Well, I think we are not people who forcibly retire Advaniji because we have to bring somebody else.
Okay.
We do not
We have
throw
gone to
Manisha Priyam, how will this end?
Bring somebody else.
Manisha Priyam,
we know what you did to P.V. Narasimha Rao.
Manisha Priyam,
we know what you did to
Manisha
P.V.
Priyam, how will this end?
Only
Manisha Priyam
one
and then to
thing.
Navika.
Manisha, only one thing. Only one thing, that Rahul's statement was political but morally correct, and
it's unfortunate. Every time I'm coming to a point when she's making a point, I'm losing the line with Manisha Priyam. Apologize for that satelliting. How will this end, Navika? How will this end? Quickly, 30 seconds.
Arnab, can I make a short point,
it was
please?
politically correct. That's what we should say.
Yeah. Short point to Nirja, but before that, Navika.
The only question is not how long the Congress will continue to have a PM come CEO continue in his office. The question is for the Prime Minister this time to answer. Will he continue in office after the slight that has been given to him? That's the big question, because everybody feels that the right answer may have been made by Rahul Gandhi, but the language was not in keeping with what a Prime Minister's office does.
The Prime Minister is often said to be, people say he's not a good politician, but last 9.5 years, Nirja have shown us that the Prime Minister is exceptionally good in the art of political survival. Will he be able to survive this if he tries to take on Rahul Gandhi? And Rahul Gandhi, having said what he has, can he tomorrow shake the hand, and say that, Prime Minister, I didn't mean disrespect, can we move on? Can the chapter be quietly closed, do you think?
It will be very difficult to do that, Arnab. I think I'm personally happy that both the BJP and Rahul Gandhi and his party have come out so forthrightly against the ordinance, because that was a wrong way to go about it. But in the way that it is being handled, I fear the government will now get pushed into a lame duck mode already.
Well, the government will, the Prime Minister will, then consequently will. Where will this leave all of us, and what will the equation be? Has the government already entered into lame duck mode? Most people are saying, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to say this just as we go into 9 o'clock news hour tonight. More and more people are saying it's a matter of time before the Prime Minister is shown the door. Now, will the Prime Minister fight back? What will he be fighting back for? Can he fight Rahul Gandhi? And if he cannot fight Rahul Gandhi, what is he trying to do? Will the last minute maneuvering in the cabinet work? Is the cabinet of India united? Where does the Prime Minister of India stand? I'm back in a few minutes, 9 o'clock on the News Hour tonight. This story is the big story tonight.